Hello everybody and welcome back to the Byzantian brewscast, the one and only completely unedited, off-the-cuff D&D homebrew and things podcast where we occasionally do homebrews and mostly talk shit about wizards. Welcome back to your hosts, Chaotic Jexac and
Byzantian.
And we are back for another week. We actually made it in a week this time. That's a good one, isn't it? Yippee! Yeah. So, turn the intro off and hello. How have we been this week? My good.
It's been a busy weekend. There was some charity event down Solihull, and yesterday was a family wedding. So,
oh, lovely.
So that was there till about 10:30.
Ah, wow.
It was a day, but I ate well at least. So lots of Greek food.
Nice.
Much Greek food, and like a really good like hog roast sandwich thing at 8:45. Pretty good stuff.
Nice. I was out with my dad this morning. I saw my grandparents, my father's side. We tried the new Big Arch. I don't...
Okay.
So basically, it's like a Big Mac, but there's 3 crucial differences. So it's got crispy onions on it. That's good. That's good. It's got cheddar cheese slice instead of American cheese slice, which, honestly, massive improvement. But they've changed the Big Mac sauce with, like, this... It's basically like a fancy burger relish. Like a fancy burger sauce. It's like, okay, this is just burger sauce, but a little bit different. It's like, what's special about this? Question mark. But it was good. But it was like, why is this such a big deal? I don't get it.
It's because it's slightly crispy, of course.
Yeah. It's got crispy onions on it. That's different, right? That's worth raving about. Like, years ago we used to have things that were like very, very wildly different. McDonald's, like, you gave us like Caesar salads and crazy things like chicken. They attempted to do chicken fries just like that, or the day that they first started doing mozzarella sticks and things like that. It's like, what? It's just the same. It's kind of similar to a Big Mac, just with different sauce and toppings. That's kind of it. Okay. This is the 3rd time you've shown the bigger Mac, but a little bit to the left at home. Can we stop getting alternate universe Big Macs and, I don't know, bring back the Szechuan sauce or something? Actually, don't bring back the Szechuan sauce. The Rick and Morty fans will go crazy again.
Well, they just literally releasing the Big Mac from another universe rather than do anything different with the burger.
Yeah, it's like, why would you?
That's somehow easier than just making a new burger.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it's like, you clearly know how to do things. You gave us what was it? That new sauce for them. Like, when they did the Minecraft collab, they gave us a new sauce for the nuggets and stuff, at least. That was interesting. Like, giving us a brand new, interesting sauce that's like a decent, sweet, hot sauce that's kind of similar to sriracha, but not really. It's like, at least its own thing. And they have brought out, I think they did the Angus Steakhouse one with, Angus beef and some nice, really good barbecue sauce. So, you guys know how to do not just a Big Mac from Earth 69 or whatever. What? Actually, I think the burger for the Big Mac from Earth 69 might be the McCum shot, actually. So don't order that.
It's the Scottish version of the cum shot.
Yeah. just there you go, Big Mac with fucking shitloads of mayo on it. I hope that's mayo.
Might be. It don't know. There we go. What outside of McDonald's has happened this week?
not a huge amount. I've got to be honest. My brain has not been great this week. I have been doing a bit more Oblivion Remastered though. That was
Okay.
very funny. I had a certified Oblivion moment. So I've gotten to the point where I've done started the bust of Ilia, whatever the fuck her name is, quest for the Thieves Guild, right? And I started doing some of the main quest. So I went all the way up to Bruma and near Skyrim, and I went to Cloud Ruler Temple, and the other two, Martin and whatnot, were supposed to be following me, weren't following. Well, they seemed to lag behind a bit. So I waited for a bit, and yeah, as expected, I entered into dialogue with somebody at the end of my wait, but it wasn't either of those fuckers or my horse. It was fucking Methandrill for the fucking Thieves Guild. She had tracked me all the way from the Imperial City, all the way up to Bruma, to tell me that the Doyen is in hiding.
Oh, that was worth
Yeah,
that.
and then so it's like, okay, that's fine. I guess that just happens. Sure, certified oblivion moment. I thought nothing of it. Went through Cloud Ruler Temple, etc. Did the whole thing there. Went to bed. Went to go and kill a guy in a separate place. For the Brotherhood quest in the Hall of Eloman. And she followed me there too for some reason. I was like, what? But, like, lady, you've already told me. But I think it's because I initiated dialogue with her first, wondering why the fuck she was here. So it didn't turn off her tracking until she approached me and started dialogue. It's like, what? Game? Question mark?
She just had to tell you above like everything else.
Yeah, it's like, do you mind? I've just killed the guy. Lucian is literally right there. He's waiting for you to shut the fuck up, woman. It's like, do you want me to give you to a minute? Like, no, she's my colleague. She's not my girlfriend. What the fuck? Although, given the way that Methendril acts towards the player once you actually join the Thieves Guild, people could be mistaken. People could mistake her for being the main character's waifu or whatever. Sheesh.
Fair enough then. But the other thing that happened, I picked up the Xeon set for the upcoming Gundam skirmish game.
Ah, nice. Well, it's a trading card game, isn't it? With miniatures.
Oh no, it's both.
Yeah, I saw that you could you can use the miniatures for your tokens, which is kind of cool.
Oh, no, the actual skirmish game is upcoming as well.
Oh.
Same box.
Ooh.
But the rules for the actual skirmish game are yet to be announced.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm happy I've got my tall geese at least. My small geese. Let's be real. Small geese.
There's geese.
Just geese. Yeah, just geese.
I've had to actually look up Gundam stuff to understand what half of these makes are. So there was a bit good stuff Wikipedia.
Yeah, but yeah. So, shall we move on to our first segment?
Yes,
We
yes,
have our
that's
tabletop book club for the week. Do you have something for us, my colleague and friend?
yes. I've been re-going over stuff that, because I've been looking for something to base off a setting, and I've been reading back through of Rhyme of the Frost Maiden, which is one of the last few books that Wizard of the Coast actually put out and thought this was worth actually selling. It's it's still it's really quite good.
Hmm.
Because it's not a setting book; it's a campaign book for first with a lot of setting stuff,
Yeah.
but it's actually does some has some survival mechanics and actually uses them, which I
Wow.
don't really think you see much of.
Yeah.
Sort of perhaps Maiden Abyss.
Mm.
It's also got a really open-ended way you can go through it because it's got a main thing, sure, but it's got the 10 towns, basically 10 towns in Icewind Dale that you can visit, and you can do any of the quests in any order you like. Although, as a DM, you'd probably lead people towards certain ones if they've picked one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's really open-ended. I actually like the fact that they've committed to the setting. It's got its own original monsters you don't see anywhere else, and they're kind of interesting. They've got some not quite. There's a weird giant kin as well that
Ooh.
only really show up here. That I haven't seen them do anything else with.
Interesting.
Feels like one of the last books where Wizards of the Coast actually, hired people to actually care about the campaign book.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because now they're like, no, they're not even bothering with books half the time. It's kind of a shame. Um,
Yeah. It's really
it's a proper
unfortunate.
survival city. Okay, I think it's quite neat. Was it make it what, like 4 or 5 years old now? I think it was released during lockdown as well. So
Mm.
that's a I think the back of the book flat out just tell you as such. That's why. Like, well, I like Rum the Frostmaiden. I might use it as a basis for the setting because I like my extreme climate settings, and
Mm.
this one, unlike the Theros book, actually has a full fleshed out thing going on.
Yeah. It's like it's like I think D&D does better when they do a campaign book with setting sprinkles on top rather than the other way around.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be
I
nice if we
like
could have our cake and eat it too, but that's asking a bit much of
yes,
wizards, apparently.
yeah, I liked Out of the Abyss. That was just the Underdark. So, yeah, that was well done.
Mm.
And what I really like Prince of the Apocalypse, which is just Faerun basic, but it's again really well done.
Yeah. So, mine for this week, I don't actually have an actual set book in mind, but it is
Okay.
kind of in the same ethos as a tabletop book club thing, in a vague sense. I Today I went down a bit of a rabbit hole looking at alchemy symbols.
Oh,
Yeah, I still haven't made like heads or tails of any of it yet, but like some of it airs towards the more magical side of things, like the star sign alchemy symbols and the four basic elements and stuff like that. But some of it is just like old symbols for elements literally on the periodic table of elements, which is like, okay, that's
okay.
weird. It's like iron and gold actually have actual symbols. I think, yeah, let me just, yeah, if I look at the alchemical table of elements, so for example, if I could blinkly bring it up, oh, yes, I'd like to open the image, please, you bastard. So, oh, wait, no, this is weirder, actually. So, the magnesium has a symbol that looks like a really fancy calligraphy D with a line going through it. Almost, yeah, it's like a D with a battle axe sticking out of it. Hilt first. So, the hilt is like, yeah, the pointy end is actually on the outside of the D and the stick end is inside the D. Potassium looks a bit like an ankh, which is a bit weird.
Ooh, what
Yeah, iron.
what do they use that for? What?
Yeah, iron actually is the same symbol as the symbol we commonly associate with male, which is weird. And apparently, women are copper.
Oh,
Apparently, because they use the same symbol.
what's that old thing like men are from Mars, women from Venus? That old thing. Actually, they've got it wrong. It's
Men are
women
made
are
of
copper.
iron, and women are copper.
Yes, that's obviously it.
Hmm. Oxygen is just O in this case. Oxygen is O in this case, which is a little bit weird. Carbon is still C, which is odd. Um, we've got lead, which is like, I guess, a weird like backwards C squiggle with with an uneven cross attached to it at the top, which is also weird. Do 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 do.
Okay.
What we got? Else we got. Sodium is like a weird O with a line in it going up with a semi O above it and sort of a little horizontal line. That's an odd one. And then you've just got elements that aren't really elements, like oil, which is just 3 dots. And then you've got literally time as elements. So a week, you've got different elemental symbols for a week, a month, and a year, and the seasons.
Right.
Apparently, sea salt and rock salt are 2 completely different elements.
Okay.
uh, Alum is apparently an element, which seems. Oh yeah, there's also phosphorus. Phosphorus is a triangle with like a little crosshatch thing below it. I'll send you the picture. It's quite interesting. I'm not sure like how based on truth this stuff is, but alchemical symbols, man, they're really weird.
Well, that fire and water just flip upside down.
Yeah,
That's nice. That's fun.
but I figured it might be cool to write as like not something in like magical tomes and such. Just here's or like
Well, I like
literally
how
doing
copper
alchemy
is.
recipes in the alchemic language. It's like, oh, you want to learn alchemy? Best learn all these symbols then.
You got to make the player actually know it though. The character can't know it.
Yeah, it's like but I want to make a potion of healing. All right. So you're gonna need to mix triangle with dotted line with
Which way up is the
air
triangle?
quote, yeah, and circle
Very
with a
important.
smaller circle in it. In what looks a bit like a Tory gate with a line sticking through it, and make sure that you imbibe a bunch of weird looking trident as well before you start crafting potions.
I like how copper has 2 symbols. One of them is the female symbol, and the other is a cross with 3 lines, with 2 circles on either end of 2 of the lines, and the middle line is the blacks in diamonds at the other end.
Yeah. Or that Mercury is just the symbol for copper, but a bit more evil.
It's the female symbol with a bigger head and a hat.
Yeah. And that platinum is just the symbol for gold, but a bit fancier.
Okay, so if this cursory look is remotely accurate, Mercury, the symbol means Mercury, and that refers to Wednesday, and the organ is lungs,
Yeah.
which is nice and confusing.
I
The
don't know.
only one I actually do know
I like how
off the top of my head
I
is
like how
the
tin
smoke.
and spirit tin have completely different symbols.
Oh, spirit tin. It's obviously,
Yeah.
it's probably not tin. The only one I actually know is the symbol for sulfur, and as I remember, there was a time you looked up a lot of Fear and Hunger 2
Ah.
content, all implied subplots in there about a new god that had not appeared in the other games before. That was a god of sulfur.
Yeah. What I love about
That is,
this is you've got
yeah,
the symbol for sulfur, right? You've got the symbol for arsenic.
yeah,
And the symbol for
yeah.
arsenic sulfur looks like a combination of the symbols for sulfur and arsenic. And then just below that, you got the symbol for sulfuric acid, which looks nothing like the symbol for sulfur in the slightest.
Well, obviously,
Oh.
that's like a fun mini game. Like you can cast a spell higher than your actual character's spell limit, but you have to know the alchemical symbols.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized. So the symbol for platinum is just the symbols for gold and silver stuck together. So it literally means silver
Yeah.
gold. Which is hilarious because platinum is a separate element, completely removed from those
Yeah,
two.
it's like
It just looks like, a gold and silvery boy.
Like that month is just the email logo on like a phone.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It's also
Um,
funny that a year is just basically 4 months stuck together.
what is okay? So what is spirit? What is spirit tin
It's
as
very,
opposed to tin tin?
it's a very good question. It's a very good question.
Burnt alum is different from alum.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how. Okay,
But yeah, it
look at
also
this all day
shows
and
you
be like, what?
like
Why?
processes as well in the bottom section. So in theory, you would have something like, day, compose, hour, or something like that, or say, gold. So boil gold, for example, to make it liquid, you'd have like that weird like slanted telegraph pole symbol followed by gold, and then something like solve for platinum or whatever, or amalgamation of copper and spirit tin equals bronze or something. It's like, okay.
However, ruin like so many tattoos for me.
Yeah.
There'll be like some guys tell me how this really cool tattoo and it just means sodium.
Oh, someone's really cool tattoo is just like an alchemical recipe for bronze. It's like,
Yeah, sorry,
oh
it means
okay.
burnt soap.
Yeah, it just means that I boil with soap, aka I shower. I boil in soap and water. So you shower, yes. Okay. That's my tattoo means that I take baths. Okay, then it's a bit of a weird thing to have on a
That's certainly a
tattoo,
statement
but
to make.
okay, sure. Okay, don't get it.
So
Okay.
how did this? How did you get into this? How did this come about?
Um, I had a weird dream where I saw like a symbol, and I started
Oh,
going down the rabbit hole, and it looks like an alchemical symbol, but it's fucking none of these. It's like a weird like circular squiggle, like a circle with four kind of like, I guess, curving hairs, if you will, at each of the cardinal
right.
points of that circle. And it corresponds to fucking nothing in any kind of alchemical symbol thing I've seen. But I just know it's an alchemical symbol. It's just none of these fucking ones. And I've.
Yeah, that sounds like the start of several H.P. Lovecraft stories.
Yeah. Knowing my
Some
luck, it's
dude
probably
sees a weird
like.
image,
It's probably like the
gotta
ancient
go mad studying it.
Sumerian alchemical symbol for fucking like uranium or something. And it's the dream is trying to tell me, yo, someone's trying to make nukes. It's like thanks,
Sumerians are trying to make nukes. Don't know
thanks,
why they would.
thanks, future sight. Thanks for telling me that someone out there is making a nuclear weapon. I have no idea otherwise.
Like, I can definitely do something with this information. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this ancient log. It's gonna come out tomorrow. Like, hey, we found some like text which has a symbol on it, which means uranium. I'm just gonna stare at it in utter disbelief and just be like, well, we're all fucking dead then,
Going to
aren't
tell
we?
you.
We're all fucking dead then, aren't we?
I like the implication that a dead early human civilization just had nukes.
Yeah.
And the best way to tell you this was give you a weird symbol in a dream. This was how they thought. This is the best way to tell you this information.
Yeah, this is. It's not even Lovecrafty. It's more just like, I don't know. It's almost like sitcom worthy. Okay. I don't get it, but okay. But yeah, it got me going down a rabbit hole, and I'm like, nice. And this is at least they got something out of it, which is cool fantasy knowledge, or
it
something I
now
can
it's now going to
use.
ruin so many fancy books for me because there'll be these cool symbols, and no, they just mean like eggshell.
Yeah,
It's a shame, but
yeah. Egg. Is that? Oh wow! Look at this ancient symbol written on this wall. Yeah, it says egg. What do you mean it says egg?
See,
This is
that's the familial sigil. You know, it just means eggshell glass.
so. You know this is
At
just someone.
sure.
You know this is just some ancient man's shopping list, right? What?
All
Yeah.
those mythical pillars are just someone's some dude's shopping list. And it was on a Wednesday when he wrote it.
Yeah. Just like, oh, okay. Sorry, it was the second Wednesday of spring. I could tell you the exact date this happened. That this list was written. Is it useful? No, it's just a shopping
Uh,
list.
Life was tough for paper. He had to etch into stone.
Yeah, man.
That's what next.
And it's a good question. That's a very good question. I guess we shall move on to homebrew, not homebrew, critical fumble first. That was a critical fumble, wasn't it? Critical
I've got
fumble.
okay. Get off the alchemical thing. Yes, I have. Oh, it's been a busy week for people making mistakes. So
It has been.
this one's kind of a this is kind of a twofer. So how as of the 25th, the Online Safety Act kicked
Oh
in.
yeah, yeah.
It's had a really interesting effect on this. There was an app called T, which was meant to be a to be used in conjunction with dating sites where women could report men that they thought could be potentially dangerous anonymously.
Uh huh. Oh no! I can already
Right.
see where this is going.
Here's where it goes wrong. This app is fine. It's I don't know how it was legal to be even usable in the first place, but it was fine until the 25th when suddenly you have to start post to use it. Start posting ID or pictures of yourself to actually use it. It turns out the site had really poor cybersecurity. So so allegedly someone from 4chan did this, but it could be anyone with the right tech knowledge. In short, uh, at least one guy has been on this website, and because he didn't check for that, which is really funny, the app doesn't say men can't use it. They've gone on there and they've just gone and released the 72, not sure it's all of them, but 72,000 different images of people, of women that use it.
Oh my god! Oh dear.
And and sometimes this is ID now because the new law,
Yeah.
which has ironically not made them safe at all. And now I believe you can't use the app because it's just been leaked because 72,000 people have had their ID leaked because of it.
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, for anyone with any rough idea of ID and how cyber security works, but you know,
Yeah. So not the British government because they clearly don't know how cybersecurity works.
yeah. So that's interesting mess up. Now not to judge people based purely on appearances, but some of the photos that have leaked, they look like the exact kind of person you'd expect to really like using an app that badmouths people anonymously.
Hmm.
Like it's kind of uncanny. Like, yeah, that looks like somebody that would use this app.
Yeah.
So that was T. Um, I think it's fine in the US, but again, because there's nothing saying that men can't use the site. There's nothing stopping anyone, but maybe I'll do it for a bit of a laugh. I'll get the app just to see who's being talked about.
Hmm.
It's supposed the problem is it's an app that's reliant entirely on users not leaking anything,
Yeah.
which is really stupid because it takes one person to go. Actually, what if I just told everyone?
Yeah. It's like what if I hacked this site? Just
When I
maybe.
heard about it, keep in mind I heard this news days before I knew about this incident. My first thought was this could be used horribly wrong. Like, imagine if you have a really if you maybe you are someone's ex, or or you've just had a breakup, and let's say your ex or now ex partner is not dealing with it at all well.
Yeah.
They could just go on this site and accuse you of damn near anything they like, theoretically, for other people. So maybe they can sabotage your future life because your relationship went, didn't work out.
Yeah.
Because it's anonymous or was anonymous, there's not much you can do about it other than deny that it's true.
Yeah. And now, because of the online safety bill, you have kind of the opposite problem of if there were people who
Yes.
were reporting genuine things, now the people that they're in danger of know who it was who put that, and now they're possibly in even more danger. Let's say if there's someone who's in like an abusive relationship, now they are in very much hot
Oh my
water.
God, yeah, I
All
didn't think of that angle.
because
Yeah,
of all because someone's like, nah, we gotta like protect kids from parents who can't parent, basically.
yeah, I mean, if you're 10-year-olds on porn sites, either they've already found the porn site or you didn't put the filters on to stop them
Yeah.
getting on it.
Also, given that there are
Yeah.
so many shady porn sites that really don't care about breaking the law in the slightest,
Hmm.
and many of those aren't going to do the ID thing. And there are going to be so many of them that you ain't going to be able to take every single one of them down. They'll just pop up somewhere else under a different domain name. Bro, what?
I wouldn't be surprised if some of them do get caught out on it, shut down the website and just restart it elsewhere in a different domain.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, what site? It just no longer doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, this ain't. Sorry. We got rid of X Hamster. Okay, we'll just make X Gerbil instead.
Yeah, totally different things.
Completely different site. Don't worry about it.
So in other words, it's taken like a day for the online safety bill to completely backfire.
Just not even that. It's like less than 24 hours have passed, and it's like, okay, this is a problem. Uh, just another. Apparently, this isn't in the just in the UK either. I think a similar law was passed in most parts of Europe. So I'm like, yeah, this is a lovely day to be European, I guess.
At least it's woken people up, though. A lot more
Yeah,
people are a lot more are skeptical about overreach now because of this.
yeah. Every critical fumble has a cloud.
I guess. What have you found for this week?
So, guess who's back in the news again?
Hey, what
So,
are the wizards done now?
so it is currently pre-release weekend for Edge of Eternities, but don't spend time enjoying the set that's just come out because we're now going to start spoilering, start doing previews for Spider-Man. Guys, can we enjoy the set that you just released for five
Wait,
fucking minutes, please? The set has the current set has only just come out. Give us 2 weeks before you start spoiling the next set.
Oh, if they did that, people might stop buying as many cards. So
Yeah.
let a preview it now
It
because you can
gets
plan for next year's one, which you know about next
yeah,
week.
it gets worse. We've had 2 more preview cards from the not the next set, so the Avatar set. So we're still
Right.
so. Not only has the sun quote unquote set on Edge of Eternities the day it has come out, but they're also basically somewhat sunsetting the Spider-Man set, which isn't even out yet, by revealing a couple more cards from the Avatar set.
So they're previewing 2 sets that aren't even out yet. They just double.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
It's like, look, the
that's
Katara
that's
card is cool. I will give you that. But we have you. Edge of Eternities has just come out. Spider-Man set isn't even out yet. Can you please do things one set at a time? Please.
That is an impressive lack of patience. It's like
Yeah.
ADHD.
It's like, look, I know most of the audience for Magic the Gathering is either autistic or has ADHD or both. But for goodness sake, stop it with the everywhere, all over the place reveals. Bruh.
I think they should do a release for a preview for a set that's like 10 years off.
Yeesh.
It was like future updates.
Yeah, it's like, huh? It's like this coupled with the constant secret layers is like, bruh, it's we keep telling you it's too much. Stop. Like, but what about Sonic
Well,
the
but you need weird
Hedgehog?
lands.
Yeah, what about Sonic the Hedgehog? Look, I like Sonic the Hedgehog, but can you stop giving us like all of this at the same time? Especially with like, because the kinds of nerds that like Sonic the Hedgehog are the same kind of nerds that probably liked Final Fantasy and have probably had their wallets milked dry by said Final Fantasy set. Let people's wallets have time to fucking recover. My goodness. Uh, it
No,
seems.
not even EA is that quick. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it seems like Wizards or Hasbro, in whispering in their ears, is trying to milk this cash cow of Magic secret, Universe Beyond stuff as quickly as it can. I get the feeling that they also perhaps know the writing might be on the wall for Magic, and so we're trying to milk it as much as they can before it dies. That's my
What do they
cynical
know?
view. Because the pro scene is starting to collapse again because of their own mismanagement. People are clearly not
Oh, how
happy
can
with a lot of things to do with Wizards. So yeah. Plus, like Hasbro in general, they are failing as a company.
so how can the pros keep up with it though? Because trying to play new sets at tournaments, but the new one's already out, and the previewing the next two.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how the pros blinking manage it, to be honest.
It's like I just got this set last week. What do you mean there's two more? It's-
What do you mean you're already doing preview season for the next set? Stop, please, for goodness sake.
you can't have a new meta if you keep updating it every week.
Yeah,
This is not how that works. Oh, for God's sake.
yeah. Anyway, that's Wizards who, man, what the. So the other thing was again more about this online safety bill, and it's just like,
Hey.
okay, so now because of this online safety bill, a bunch of game companies are having to delist games from their storefront. Sorry, like it'd be like God of Games stuff like that. They have to do
Yes.
itch.io having to delist a bunch of stuff from their works, from their store space because it might be not safe for work. And it's just like, great. So you're also now just fucking over small creators because again, what child is gonna even know that itch.io even exists and has
Yeah, that's
not
not
safe
like
for work stuff
yeah.
on it? It's like, so all that has done really is fuck over small content creators that might have made a game or something, not necessarily that's porn, but might be talking about, you know, sexual topics in terms of like trauma and stuff. I might be exploring those things, but all of a sudden, this kind of games as art or games as a statement thing no longer bloody works because it's not safe for work, or it's like, it's like, what is it? Spec Ops: The Line is technically not safe for work, right?
Yeah, my favorite that will be
Also, isn't like a lot of like really gory violence not safe for work? So
there's also
mo
horror games.
yeah, it's
That
like,
That's gonna be
It's like, hang on a
yeah, like
minute.
Rule of Rose won't be flying under that. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's
not
like,
a new
wait,
game,
wait a
but
minute. I don't. Yeah, this like, congratulations, you just destroyed like half of the games industry overnight
yeah,
in the at least in the
I did.
UK.
I was giving it a bit of a stress test last night. There's a game I know of that's not. I'm not sure it's a great game,
Uh-huh.
but you could. The developer is what's the developer's work is interesting because you can see him literally evolving as the games go by.
Ooh.
There's a game. There's a developer that made a game called House of Velez,
Yeah.
and it's how to describe it. One of those horror games that's really into showing the character dying a lot,
Ah.
and they don't really hold back on the detail. It's very heavy on the gore, but it's very CG'd.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, this will be if I can watch this, then it doesn't work. Because this should trigger everything about the Safety Act right here.
Yeah.
Um, it's fine. It's completely fine. So that's the thing.
Ugh.
None of that, none of the videos about those games, anything the guys put out, have been clipped by this. So that's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder what filter they're going with to limit, what trips it up or not.
It does really make you wonder, like, what laws, man. Sometimes they just make absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a case of the person making the law is very tech illiterate when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would not be
Just gone right.
surprised in the slightest.
Let's blanket ban this, and I'm sure it will have no weird side effects from my horribly vague wording.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm sure that requiring every single site to have first or third party ID verification thing, I'm certain that won't have a myriad problems, and that everyone will be able to comply with it. Like, what?
Well, yes, there's what the base argument against it is. Would you would you only look at porn if every time you had to go on the porn site, you had to tell some weird government authority, well, by the way, I'm going to masturbate later.
Yeah. It's also
No
just
one
like,
wants to do that. It'd be
it's like,
weird.
no, A, that's weird. B, you're expecting every single site that has any kind of not so work content to be able to even be able to comply with this instead of just shutting down their entire site because they
Or
literally
be fined
can't.
£18,000.
Yeah,
It's,
and even if
it's,
they can through a third party like app thing, who's to say that that third party app isn't just straight up stealing people's data, or even if it's not stealing people's data, is extremely shit with cybersecurity.
yes, that's yeah. Again, they're not doing anything to help it actually work. They're just putting in consequences for breaking it.
Yeah. It's like,
It's
okay, here's this
very
new
weird.
act that we expect you to follow. Are you going to help us follow it? No, not really.
They will fine you for breaking it.
Yeah.
That's it's very. I wouldn't be surprised as well if it's gonna get if it will take a few years because this kind of news does take few years to like really filter through. That certain MPs have been caught using sites that have child porn on it,
I mean, I
and
know
it'll
it
be
wasn't.
revealed that
I know it wasn't CP specifically, but wasn't there something like not? I think it was when the Tories were in, so not that long ago, where a Tory MP was found like watching porn during a cabinet meeting.
yes. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if the scandal will be it'll be some Tory MP and it was gay porn. I'll be like the
Yeah,
upset.
yeah, like really extreme shit as well. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's
Yes,
like,
but the kicker will be weirdly their access wasn't denied in any way.
yeah,
They, for some reason, didn't have to comply with either weird ID law.
yeah. Funny that.
Again, that's just pure spitballing, but I reckon that's gonna happen in like 1 or 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the UK so much. We are so backwards in
We
some of
have
the
such a good government,
stupidest
and
ways.
we love them very much.
Yeah.
Don't want
So,
to push them into a wood chipper at all.
yeah, yeah, obviously, obviously not. I love our glorious leader who has the personality of a
Uh,
wet cardboard box. Um,
yeah, with any luck, this will be the worst aged episode we ever put out. We can hope.
we can only hope. Can only hope. Right. So next segment. How about we move on to our homebrew of the week? Woo!
Yes, something more relaxing
And
and cool. It was
light-hearted.
aquatic creature slash construct, and I had
Yeah.
some fun with this one. I came up with three. So I watched lots of I've rewatched somebody play through Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the
Nice.
Future, and listened to all the underwater music I could think of. And I
Cool.
came up with a little micro ecosystem of three different
Aw.
beasties. So we'll start from CR and smallest in CR and size. So the canvas filterfish. Uh, it's I came up with the idea was I started with a ray
Yeah.
was the first thought. Then I thought that's kind of like what could make this weirder. I know some sort of filter feeding fish. And then it sort of turned into a weird, not quite shark
Uh-huh.
that filter feeds.
Ooh.
Um, so the weird thing about it is it can bite, but it's all its teeth are sort of got rows of teeth that face the way you wouldn't expect it to. So when it managed to suck a fish in, it would cut them up trying to escape.
Oh, that is weird.
I don't think that exists in nature really.
Yeah.
Apart from the lamprey does something similar, but thought that would work for a fancy creature.
Mm.
Um, and based on some other videos I've seen about how some weird deep sea fish legs and stuff, they live around like shallow reefs and rivers, but they don't really have much loyalty to some of their young. Like
Mm.
if they're desperate, they will eat their own kids.
Yeah,
And
as fish are
uh,
known to do.
when they're born, sometimes their siblings will absolutely eat each other to survive.
Yep.
But they have but less than hundreds, so theoretically, at least, some of them survived to maybe adulthood.
Yeah.
Um, they come into the same sort of strength as a goblin because they're not meant to bother humanoids whatsoever. They're just like a cool fish.
Ah.
Um, +4 to hits are not terrible, but they have like similar strength to a goblin. Obviously, can't spend much time above water.
Yeah.
They're pretty much meant for that the entire time. A really good sense of smell, and they're just got a bite. Just a bite is 5 feet.
Makes
I
sense.
have misplaced a thing.
Oh
It's
no.
1d8 base damage, so it's quite a high damage, but um, high damage, but kind of low strength monster. That
Yeah.
really won't bother many humanoids, but that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Um, so very much the next one I come up with is the helmeted dolphin,
Ah.
which let's have a look. There it is. Okay, that's the right place for that one. So it's imagine this: it's a dolphin with like a weird bony crest on its head.
Ah.
Um, So they are really curious, like quite the kind of sort of like the dolphins we sort of know,
Yeah.
really quite clever. Um, and they would like to protect humanoids,
Aw.
um, because they think they're rubbish fish. You know, like the same way that cats will bring in dead birds because they think we're rubbish hunters.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. Um,
Oh,
they also
amazing.
love to attack sharks because they see them as predatory and they have a weird thing about that.
Hmm.
Also with the dolphins. Um, Yeah, they also live near. I haven't got a stab up for these ones, but there was a thing called a plant called the nursery bulb. So it's
Right.
basically like a really strange, leathery skinned underwater plant that leads. It's sort of like when something touches it with enough force, it releases weird, irritating spores.
Uh-huh.
Those are like a get away from me things. The dolphins live near them all the time because it's easier to just have around. It's nice to get away from stuff.
Hmm.
The other thing is they love to headbutt stuff. Um, it's like how toddler children will like trying to think with their food with their they'll try and bite it first.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. They have like two types of headbutt. They have the friendly sort of what are you headbutt and the I want to knock you out headbutt.
Ah.
So they're sort of like they're quite friendly. They're actually quite like humans. They're very say friendly in a way that they think we're rubbish fish, but they have a charge attack.
Hmm.
Um, They're coming in at CR1, 21 hit points, 13 AC. But 15 AC from attacks from the front because of a big old bony plate there.
Makes sense.
And it's +6 to hit. So they're not designed to be fought really, but they can do some reasonable damage and
Yeah.
a charge attack. So they're quite fun. Um, that's very echo different. The other one is the gardener turtle. So basically, I wanted like a big creature to fill this ecosystem with.
Uh-huh.
And these gardener turtles, they're like giant. They sort of look a little bit like what are they called? What are they? What are they? They're the the classic ones you see in the coral reef.
Yes.
I'll forget the name right now. That I meant they very much look like that. If it's just called the sea turtle, I'd be very annoyed. Um, but yeah, it's not at the back. It's just yeah. Anyways, it's a species of turtle that it's it sleeps near coral reefs. It just sort of disrupt them when it sleeps because it's like 15 feet long as an adult and about 10 wide from either flipper.
Hmm.
These are big, but they're really gentle and they
Uh-huh.
kind of do their own thing. They're also, the interesting thing is they uh, when they actually rest, they sometimes take coral with them, and it sort of grows on them as they age.
Ah.
So they actually sort of, whether they know it or not, they sort of spread the coral around.
Aw.
They can sort of tell where one's come from. But they're so big that there's very rarely any sort of real threat apart from like really big sharks and whales. But aside of that, they're kind of like the big one of the big things in like shallow water,
Yeah.
or for an ocean anyway.
Big
Um,
boys in the shallows.
because they're that big, they are immovable. They have advantage on strength saves to just being pushed or moved. You want to move them; they don't want to be moved. About 15 feet. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Here's one territorial. This is like a somewhat situational, but it just fits them. They don't like to be aggressive,
Hmm.
but when they do it, if they do enter combat, they don't attack anything that moves more than 40 feet away from them. They'd rather attack until the thing has decided to run off.
Yeah.
They're like that's how their preferred thing. If they're attacked beyond range, so if like someone tries to cheese it and attack from a range of greater, they will just pursue you anyway because they're not that stupid.
Yeah.
Um, so the where it gets kind of unfortunate is because also they have like a variant of like these siege the siege rules.
Yes.
Yes, that they basically have that, but called the Titanic Strength because I couldn't justify calling a turtle a siege weapon. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
What's some dangerous is if you do bother attacking them, they hit with like a plus not it's a plus two and a +9, the CR5.
Whoa.
Um, they do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And because they have the stun, because their slam attack has stun, so they just headbutt you.
Hmm.
They the way it would trigger is if they know if what they hit isn't 40 feet away, they still think it's a threat.
Hmm.
So if they do manage to stun the thing they hit, they're likely to kill it
Yeah.
or attack it again because that's their pre-programmed sort of thing.
Hmm.
But I imagine unless you're like a giant shark or something or actively hostile to them, they're not gonna bother you in the slightest.
Yeah.
They're just big giant animals.
This
That's just sort of
this reads like an
massively
encounter that
spread
would
the ecosystem.
be like a puzzle encounter, like they are like blocking the way through the dungeon because they're just massive and
Oh, you
asleep.
gotta like bribe it with something to
It's
make it
either you've got
move.
to like bribe it or you fight it if your party is impatient enough. It becomes a combat encounter only if the party's recklessly impatient
It's
or
only a
murder
turtle. How hard
hobo-y.
can it be?
Yeah, it's only a massive turtle.
Oh,
Ugh.
why am I taking like like dragon level damage? This isn't fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Whoops.
yeah, I wanted to have a little micro ecosystem thing going on with this one because
Nice.
I kind of like that. I'll put those three up. What have you got? Because
So,
I did.
yeah.
So it's constructors have covered as well. So I thought you'd be right
Yes.
into that one.
Yes. So my thing is big and green, like a turtle, but it's
Oh,
significantly more dangerous than a turtle.
eh?
It might also be a conversion. So I might have done a inspired conversion of the emerald weapon from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
Because I
nice.
thought underwater construct, and then the post traumatic stress flashback started. Oh no! Suddenly, a 20-minute timer appeared in my head, and I was like, "Oh no, I've got to. I can't do anything but."
Is it? How'd you have a 20-minute timer to beat it?
No, but
Because
I
that'd be
did
very
come up
long.
with something inspired by its 20-minute timer.
Okay.
So, it is a huge legendary construct. I put legendary in its type line because it just kind of makes sense. If a creature is legendary and or unique, it should just have that as a thing. It is lawful neutral because it is technically a machine. It isn't, and it was designed in lore. They're there to basically stop the planet from being destroyed. They only wake up because Sephiroth decides to throw fucking meteors everywhere. Uh, they've got 400 hit points, 20 AC, -1 to initiative because they are big, slow machine. 24 strength, 14 dex, 28 con, 14 intelligence, 18 wisdom, and 1 charisma because, again, it's a machine, but it has immunity to most charm effects anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Understands the language of the creator, but it can't speak. And it is CR 17 because it is an optional super boss in the game, so it would be a big, scary thing. This is an optional fight. Emphasis on optional. So it's immune to psychic,
Sounds good.
charmed, the charmed effect, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, and the poisoned effect. Actually, I might take poisoned off because the actual creature is in fact not immune to poison, which is really weird, but sure. It's vulnerable to lightning damage,
That
which
is odd.
yeah, that it is odd that in the actual game it's not immune to poison or the poisoned effect. It's also weak to lightning, which does actually make sense. It has ice affinity, so it regains hit points equal to any cold damage it would receive, kind of like the Iron Golem, but for ice, which is also something that the actual Emerald weapon in Final Fantasy VII does. It just heals from ice damage, like a
Yeah.
bastard. But it takes an additional 50% damage, or one half, from attacks made from behind it, which is also something that actually happens in Final Fantasy VII. So, again, a good
Okay.
way of getting around its meaty ass backside. It's immune to any effects suffered as a result of being deep underwater, obviously, such as the effects of high pressure, rust, speed reduction from being water, etc. It's
has Revenge Stamp, much like in the game. If its main body is hit by a normal attack from a non-summoned creature, it may use its reaction to use Foot Stomp on the attacker, cannot use its ability if its eyes are disabled. Again, much like in the game. Beam Eyes, each eye can be a target for an attack, for a targeted attack, without suffering a hit penalty. Because this thing is big, so you're not going to miss the eyes if you aim for them, probably, because they're also about pretty big as well. If an eye takes 20 or more damage, as in, yeah, also the creature itself takes the damage to its hit points. The eyes don't have separate hit points, but if an eye takes 20 or more damage, it becomes unusable until revived. There are 2 blue eyes and 2 yellow eyes, just for point of reference. It has Enemy of the Round. Emerald Weapon could use Airtam Storm without restriction as a reaction to being hit by the spell Knights of the Round, because apparently the devs knew that people were going to spam Knights of the Rounds against bosses, and so gave Emerald Weapon specifically a counter to Knights of the Round. Yeah.
That's fun.
And this is where the timer comes in. It has the ability, or rather, is a lair effect called Merciless Depths. All water-breathing, magic, class, race, and item abilities are negated within 500 feet of Emerald Weapon, except the effect of underwater materia. But I'm a fish person. I can breathe underwater. Not here, you can't. Hope you can hold your breath.
Is there that in the game as well?
What?
Is that in the remake as well?
This is actually in the... So, no, this is my interpretation of the 20-minute timer. Because effectively, it's like, okay, yeah, unless you have the underwater materia, you're going to have the 20-minute timer, which is basically how long you can hold, how much air you have. Of course, it has multi-attack. It makes 1d6 plus 1 Emerald Shoot, you know, a random number Emerald Shoot, followed by a Foot Stomp, finishing with either Emerald Beam A or Emerald Beam B, chosen at random, reviving one of those eyes in the process. So, I believe, Emerald, and there's one for each type, basically, that corresponds to the eyes. We'll get to that later. Foot Stamp is just a basic melee weapon attack. It has reach of 15 feet because it's a big thing. 2d8 plus 7 bludgeoning damage. Not a lot for that CR of a creature, but, you know. Emerald, because it has a lot of attacks. Emerald Shoot is just your basic pew-pew D10, 1d10 force damage. However... a hit creature is dispelled of all defense magic, such as the effect of the shield spell, mage armor, bark skin, and so on. Because yes, that is something that actual attack does in Final Fantasy VII, and it's a bastard. Emerald Laser A is just 3d6 cold damage, but can only be used if its blue eyes are active. Emerald Laser B deals only 1d6 lightning damage, but deducts a number of spell slots from the hit target equal to the damage dealt. So for example, if 6 damage was dealt, deduct 6 level 1 slots, or 4 level 1 slots and a level 2 slot, etc. Can only be used if at least one yellow eye is active. Because apparently they also gave this guy an attack that deals MP damage, as in damage to your ability to cast magic. So that's great, isn't it? It's like, how do I convert that into 5th edition? So I guess it deducts spell slots, which is also kind of a bitch. And then it's like Desperation Attack, Airtam Storm. Choose a creature within 100 feet of Emerald Weapon. Doesn't require line of sight. That creature must make a DC 20 dex save. On a failed save, they take 1d8 piercing damage. There's a but here. For each materia or magic item attuned to them. And then afterwards, all effects currently applied to that creature are dispelled. Good and bad.
this technically removes curse. But you also, if you've got, so basically it punishes you for overloading on materia and magic items. Much like the actual attack does, except in actual Final Fantasy it only cares about materia. But I'm like, unless you're using materia as a thing in your games, that's not going to come up. So I also applied it to attuned magic items. So like, yeah, you
You
take.
could argue that materia are just magic items.
Well, yeah, that's also true.
Let's
But
be
I
honest.
specified materia just
But
for
they're
the
there.
sake of the. Yeah, this is
the
based on
reference.
that effect from the game. It's just like, haha, yes, I am so strong. I've got like a magic item in every slot I can. Okay, you take 10d8 piercing damage? What? What do you mean I just take 10? It's like, oh, you failed your like really high dex save. Yeah, take 10d8. Oh, you've got 5 materia as well? That's another 5d8 piercing damage. Okay. But this attack can only be used when Emerald Weapon has less than 200 HP remaining, aka when it's at less than half its hit points. And it does get legendary actions because it is a high CR creature that's also legendary. It can make 3 legendary actions using the options below. Only one can be used at a time and only at the end of another creature's turn. It regains 1d3 spent legendary actions at the start of its turn, as it does. It can detect, it can move, as a lot of creatures with legendary actions can do. It can use Emerald Laser. No, not Emerald Laser. Emerald Beam. Sorry, this is Emerald Beam. Choose a target creature Emerald Weapon can see within 100 feet. That creature must make a DC 18 con save. On a failed save, they take force damage equal to half their current hit points. This is something that this weapon also does in Final Fantasy VII.
This seems fair and balanced. Balanced fight.
Yeah, this again. I suppose it gets weaker the lower hit points the creature's at, though. So if it hits you when it's at full HP, okay, that's pretty bad. If it hits you when you've only got 10 hit points left, it only technically does 5 damage. However, even if passing the save, the target is dispelled of any hit point regen effects they currently have applied to them, and they lose all temporary hit points. But it can't use, and Emerald Weapon cannot use this again until the next round, so it can't just spam it. And then the final legendary action it could take is Storm of the Emerald Depths. Emerald Weapon uses Airtam Storm on each enemy creature currently in combat with it. This ability may only be used once per day and can only be used if it has less than 200 points left. This is something again that the Emerald Weapon can just randomly do sometimes. In Final Fantasy VII, it just goes and spams Airtam Storm a lot when it's at low health for some reason. It's like, yeah, this is fun. It's okay. So I know it's kind of a bit
Sounds like,
BS, but I wanted to keep it as true to the source material as possible.
Does sound a little. To say a few things. You missed an ability to throw an emerald splash.
Yeah.
It would have a comically small range. You ever played your game Faith?
No.
It's like how do I describe it? It's like a deliberate demake art style. It's like sort of like something you'd see on the Amiga. It's quite good.
Oh dear.
You play the preset exciting stuff.
Uh-huh.
The final boss of the third game has an attack called Rain of Spiders. It's the only and before they patched it out, it was the only attack in the entire game that had like a voice line. He says it like it's some sort of anime attack. It's really funny because the rest of the game is not at all like that.
Wow.
But before it was patched out, the final boss would just spam Rain of Spiders.
Rain of spiders.
All it would
Rain
do
of
is, like-
spiders.
And like all of a sudden, 8 spiders would like sort of appear on the screen and sort of fall down. Come down towards you. You'd have to avoid them. I'll post a link to it. It's really
Yeah.
funny. It just reminds me of that a little bit.
And I've got some notes at the bottom as just a reminder of what underwater materia does. So it's a wondrous item brackets materia rare. You and all allied creatures within 100 feet of you can breathe underwater. This ability cannot be dispelled by Emerald Weapon. I get that Emerald Weapon also says, it can't dispel this, but I just wanted to just clarify in the ability text of underwater materia.
That's fair.
And of course, its attunement slot is materia. Obviously.
That checks the tracks. There we are.
And yeah.
Post Rain of Spiders. That is certainly something.
So that's the Emerald Weapon. I might someday do the other two weapons, but I did the Emerald Weapon A because of the theme, and B because out of all of the weapons, that is the most like trauma inducing of all of them, as far as I remember. Because that 20-minute timer though. And I think it's also the one that you're most likely to come across by accident.
And that checks. I thought Ruby Weapon was in the original. Ruby Weapon was the absolute worst.
Ah. What was that with Ruby Weapon?
If it has the weirdest effect I've seen in any Final Fantasy game ever. If you have all your party members alive at the start of the fight, it randomly picks one up and just removes them from the fight.
No.
So you had to willfully enter the fight with one dead party member to bring them back to life, just to have them all take part.
Oh my goodness. That is so silly. I love it.
It's weird.
So if I do that, it's like, okay, if 4 or more allied creatures try to fight Ruby Weapon at the same time, initiative 20 at the first round of combat, it just banishes one of them until the fight is over. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, you can technically dispel the banishment, but yeah, it just does that. What do you mean it just does that? It just does that. It just does Ruby Weapon things. I can imagine the equivalent, like in D&D, just the party carrying one of their dead into combat just because they know it's the Ruby Weapon.
What do you mean?
Well, it's the Ruby Weapon, innit? What do you mean it's the Ruby Weapon, innit? Well, the prophecy says that one of us will get banished. One of us will just get yeeted and temporarily banished for the duration of the fight if all of us are alive to begin with. So we've got to do it, man. Don't worry, we've got enough diamonds.
You've asked for a resurrection to start this fight.
Yeah, it's like, bruh. Stupid. Anyway, that's my number of the week.
Oh, this is breaking news. This actually makes me really upset.
Breaking news.
You know what got clipped by the Visa MasterCard thing?
Go on.
Then it got Fair and Hunger.
No, you're kidding. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's they might repeal it. I hope they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's
really annoying because I know for a fact that the dev, as far as I know, might still be working on a sequel. For number 3.
Oh no.
Which is going to be completely different to the other 2, from what I hear.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect from that one. I just know there's going to be vampires, and it will in some way be like Twilight somehow. That's all we know about it.
Yeah. So next up, our next section. What was I gonna say? Yes. Unusual rules from unusual rules from otherwise usual systems.
Okay.
It's our temporary thing where we sometimes look at weird rules and either to fix them or just point out how bloody weird they are.
I suppose the classic one would be early first edition D&D. If you played a female character, your stats were literally modified.
Huh? What?
You just got less strength. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
This from the edition that
It was-
made Elf a class, by the way.
yeah.
Very weird. Yeah, that's an odd one. Oh, first edition, being the first, is full of a lot of just weird things. Like, yes, you want to become a higher level druid? Well, guess you gotta fight a druid of the level directly above you to do it. Why?
And I think my favorite variant of like you got to beat the thing. Got to beat the thing to actually become the thing. My favorite one is still the one in Warhammer First Edition.
Uh-huh.
If you wanted to be a druid, you had to completely master another class,
Right.
then give it all up to become a druid. Uh, and then they got really really dumb. So you could advance in class by getting enough experience in character, and then you would literally have to pray at a sacred site.
Right.
And the dumb part is you had to roll a D100 for this.
Right.
And if you rolled low enough, uh, the powers that be just say, "No, you are no longer a druid. You you get you get another class level instead. You may never become a druid again."
What?
It happens every time you want this.
Is it even worth it? Is the druid like
Conditional.
really good or?
It is quite good. It's got some very interesting spells.
Jeesh. It's such a weird way to like nerf a class. It's like, well, you might not be a druid by tomorrow morning, but if you do your
If the
prayer.
literal gods decide, nah, you're not a druid anymore. I think I had to randomly roll for what class levels you got instead as
Oh
well. It
my.
does decide your class now.
So not only do you have to already master a class and then swap to being assumedly a bog standard level 1 druid, you then have
Yep.
to roll the dice every single time you level up in case to avoid being turned back into a level 1 of a different class that isn't druid.
Yep. And you don't get to pick that class either. That's just
And also suffer the
decided
consequence
for
of
you.
never being able to become a druid again. That's
Yep.
wow. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the goofiest thing. I love it.
My goodness gracious,
Even
that is
in
just
theory, someone would have spent statistically, at least one person that would have spent years getting their character. Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. Right. Okay. I just checked something. Um, as it stands, itch.io
yeah.
still has Fear and Hunger for sale.
Oh, thank gooseness.
I'm gonna try Fear and Hunger 2. So we're actually testing stuff. This is real time. This is fun.
I feel like reporters are in like a war zone.
Yes. The softest war zone in the world.
Yeah,
Oh, we can still buy
yeah.
it. Oh, thank God.
The
Steam says no. Steam says no, but itch.io still good.
nice based
Okay, I'll keep an eye on
itch.io.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, I was scared for a second there. I was meant to get that at some point. Yeah. So yeah, the Warhammer Druids are just junky. You can get there was like 9 levels of Druid, and you can get to level 8 of Druid. You could be the best, goodest boy Druid ever, and the gods just decide, nah, I love it. My
That
favorite stupid class rule ever.
that is just man. Wow. Sheesh. So my one is actually a modern rule in a video game, not a tabletop
Oh.
game. This is really fucking stupid. So, Final Fantasy XIV has mounts. This surprises nobody. It's an MMO. That's not the problem. The problem is that even though you can get mounts from, say, events, which I'm currently doing, you can't just use them. In order to actually be able to use a mount, you have to progress through a side quest. You have to actually go... I think there's a side quest or a main quest at like level 20 of that you have to do first. Even if you already have a mount. Why? So you could spend a shitload of hours in the gold saucer, like I did, to get a mechanical frog mount, like I did, from the event, because it's cool, and then the game just straight up tells you you can't use it yet. Thanks. Thanks, game.
That's a good rule. I love working for stuff you can't use.
Thanks, Cam. That's great. Oh, and you also can't get chocobos until you join one of the 3 major game factions thing.
No,
so
that's,
all that barding
that's
you went to
exclusive club
get...
only.
Yeah. Also, barding
You
only
the
works
Chocobo
on
Club?
chocobo, for whatever reason.
It's giving me like flashbacks of the we spent 20 minutes talking about Atoll magic cards.
Yeah. Why do these things exist?
You can join the Chocobo Club to get chocobos. It's the only way, of course.
Yeah. Oh, but not... So, there's also another silly thing. Okay, chocobo mounts are not the same as chocobos that you ride for the jockeying. Different kind of chocobos. In order to run a chocobo in the chocobo racing thing in the Golden Saucer, you have to raise an entirely different type of chocobo that isn't the mount one. Why? I don't know. And yes, it is. It is basically a. By the looks of it, it's basically a more in-depth version of the Chocobo raising minigame from Final Fantasy VII. So, good luck with that. Yeah, you know that bit of Final Fantasy VII that people really, really, really loved? That bit? Do that!
Oh, that's fun. I remember not getting annoyed at all by trying to get a gold chocobo.
Yeah. Also, if you want to go and do this, the quest to start being able to do that, go out into the middle of butt-fuck nowhere to do this quest, to learn about chocobo raising, because fuck you. Oh, you've only just turned level 20, and you've only just got to the point where you can get to the gold saucer? Fuck you, you can't race a chocobo yet. Go touch grass.
What?
Yeah. Well, thanks,
Who's
Gam.
making up these rules?
Oh,
Okay, then. Sure.
I am exasperated. And don't even get me started on how Fashion Week works.
Yeah, surely that's like player voted, right?
No,
Anyway, that would make sense.
No, it's a bunch of arbitrary rules that change each week.
Oh. What?
Yeah. You think that, like, you know, cute event wear would get you, like, really high up points-wise? No, I got almost as many points in my crafting gear. Don't know why.
No,
Apparently there is, like, a trick to it. It's not like it's, like, totally arbitrary. There is a trick to it, but it's like you need a PhD in fucking, like, Vogue fashion sense to actually know what the fuck to do each week.
You don't want to be, fashionable, unfashionable for a week.
Yeah.
God forbid you're not fashionable that week. It's
Well, it does give you a lot, and I do mean a lot of Moogle coins and some unique accessories you can only get that way. But still, like, it is way more complicated than it has any right to be, because there's a bunch of categories like SID approved, etc. they want you to do, and yeah, they're random each week.
but it doesn't tell you what those categories even fucking mean.
So fun. I love it.
People have figured
It's
it out,
awful.
of course, by trial and error and data mining, etc. But the game doesn't. You mouse over it, and it doesn't actually tell you what that means.
So, yeah, what did Sid approve? Does Sid have to approve of everything? Be fashionable first? What do you mean by
I don't
that?
know. I think it was like rough and ready was one of them. It's like, oh, what?
What?
What do you mean?
Well, what if it's rough but not ready?
It's just okay. All right. Let me have a look actually. FF 14 Fashion Week Fashion Report categories. Okay. Okay, we've got such lovely things as Face of the Forest and I Believe is Magic are some of the possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Say Chic, Leaping Leopards, Bookworm, Simply Gorgeous. Yeah, okay. That was 1 week. So, wait. Where are they getting this? Robed in Resistance. Okay, so Sid approved was a specific set, as it turns out. Augmented Ironworks Armor of Fending. So it was the Ironworks Armor set, apparently, was the Sid approved stuff. Blow Your Horn was one category, which involves anything involving a set of horns, apparently. Sleepover Style was any pajama wear. Yes, there are 4 items of pajama wear in this game.
Of course.
And apparently there were certain die types that would bring up your score as well, but that's not mentioned in the actual outside of this fashion report. That's not mentioned at fucking all.
Right.
Yeah. So,
You know, if it's this complicated, that does explain catwalk fashion so much, because no one knows what the hell it means.
Yeah. Just okay.
There's them to see someone like modeling, like wearing a literal mattress around their neck. Now I know why they did that. They didn't know if it was
Oh, I like how there's even
fashionable or not.
even a category called Fashionably Late Allegan. Allegan being
Wouldn't the best way
like.
to do that would just to be.
Apparently,
the
there's an
week
armor set
after
called
you're meant to.
Late Allegan. Yeah, there's a armor set called Late Allegan armor. Why? Oh, because it's late Allegan era, I guess. But fashionably late.
Oh, right.
Like that. Okay, it's a bit of a dumb pun. The Conqueror is also a
I thought
category.
that one would be.
Don't know why.
That would be a trick category. Is that you have to do it a week after you're supposed to.
Yeah. What's this one? This is the 10th of the 18th, 2024. One is just leather, which is weird because it only refers to chokers, apparently. So, leather, that should be really easy, right? Except the only items that trigger the leather category are leather choker, hard leather choker, goatskin choker, and boarskin choker. Why?
Goatskin choker?
Yeah. Why? Goatskin choker. Yeah. Don't know why that exists, to be honest.
You know when you're worried about your leather choker not being armored enough, so you get a hard leather choker.
Yeah. Why is there a category called the Great Sigma Scape? Man, brain rot has gone too far.
Wow. How do you win that one?
Apparently, you need some types of there's specific carbonundum gauntlets and gloves. Fuck knows. At least the next category in this week makes more sense. Short shorts. Just
that one should be
short
easy.
shorts, yeah. I guess. Shivering Timbers, which is any pirate gear, I guess.
Okay.
Makes perfect sense. Monster Hunt. Okay, cool. The Rathalos gear. That makes sense.
Yeah, that one I can follow.
That was just literally all monster. That was like Monster Hunt, Monster Hunt, Monster Hunt, and Monster Hunt. Okay. Oh, I see. So categories are also tied to an item slot as well. That's why the leather one's on chokers. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh.
Oh my days! There was one that was like noir category, which makes sense. The slight problem, there is only one noir chestplate in the entire game. So good luck if you don't have that.
Trench coat.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Man.
Maybe you should design a fashion week based on a game where there's only one item that fits the category. I don't know.
Yeah,
Bad design choice.
that's a terrible idea, isn't it? Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. We have gone for an hour and a half, mostly because we were just laughing at Fashion Week.
What about high fashion?
Yeah,
very important.
Yeah. Next week we will be talking about the Vogue summer issue, Kappa. Oh, can
yes,
we spin
next week,
the wheel? Speaking of what we should do next week.
Oh, yes, we'll spin our wheel. Yes.
Should we put Fashion Week as a category on the wheel?
I think next week somehow this podcast will be somehow you need to log in with ID to listen to it.
Send us your selfies to the Discord so that you're allowed to watch the podcast. Don't do that, please. Please do not send us selfies. I can't believe I have to say that. Don't do that. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Don't dox yourself.
Don't dox yourself on main, please.
It's a really weird reason to do it as well.
So what's left on the wheel?
Let's have a look. Let's see. Stupid. Okay. Thank you. It's okay. Let's reset my thing. There we are. Okay, so you have primitive / tribal, impractical object, spinning around, false intimidation, domestic animal, and cursed item.
Ooh. Hello, Magnethrosers. Welcome. You are almost too late. Almost. We are just spinning the wheel for the next week's category. Yippee!
The viewer is never late nor early. They arrive precisely when they intend to. It's false intimidation.
Ah, lovely. So that's... I'm thinking, like, in terms of, like, snakes, right? Where they have, like, that kind of... You know, like how cobras have that, like, pattern. Or certain butterflies have that kind of pattern.
I think it's quite broad. It's more thinking it could apply to something that looks really scary but does practically nothing.
Ah, right. No, I was referring to
doxing
myself. Do not send selfies to the disc. Oh,
you don't have to yet. That's next week.
Already happened. Thanks, UK government. So, next week we will be back with a falsely intimidating thing and possibly Vogue / Final Fantasy Fashion Week, I guess. Until next time, we will see you on the table, on the tabletop. No, that makes it worse.
I'll see you on the table.
We will see you.
We'll be crouched on it.
On the board. Yeah, that's ever so slightly less terrible. We are going to raid...
Right, one of us on the table, one of us on the board.
Yeah, we're going to raid Ghosting By. They're playing Death Stranding. They are stranding in death. They are playing the funny walking simulator. That isn't actually walking simulator, as it turns out. It's got more layers than that. I didn't realise. Anyway, the raid message below...
the funny guitar samurai.
Well, I've just said Riyadh, not raid. I'm so good at Twitch, guys. I'm really good at this whole Twitch thing. Did you know that?
Terrible Viking.
Right. See you guys soon. Play us out, Suno Cat. So this is goodbye from Chaotic Jakesack.
And me, Beyonce again.
And we'll see you guys next time. And may all your dice rolls be ever in your favour. Bye-bye all.
Apart from one.
And may all your dice rolls be ever in your favour. Yeah, apart from one. Bye-bye!